This is more important. A man must have this over anything. And what is it? And you must have this, especially if you want to have children. It's more important than muscles. It's more important than discipline. It's more important than money. It's compassion. Very important if you want to have children. When I was younger, there was one night I didn't want to go to bed alone. I was scared. I was little, very young, under 10 years old, probably like half that age. I don't remember my exact age, but super young and little. And I was scared and didn't want to go to bed alone because it was dark and scary, and sometimes I would have nightmares. And my dad got mad that I wouldn't go to bed on time, so he started punching me in the head. Like, he would knock my head this way, and then he would be like, "Are you still scared now?" And then I would be like, "It's hurting." And then he would punch my head the other way, and he'd be like, "Is it still hurting now?" And I'd be like, "Yes, it's hurting." And I was fearing for my life. He was punching so hard I could feel my brain thunking against my skull. I don't know if I got a concussion that night. I don't know if I got brain damage that night, but it's very well possible because everything just felt weird after that. Like, my brain felt like it literally thunked against my skull, and that could have killed me. I'm lucky to have survived that. And that's just because my dad got angry once. I mean, he got angry many more times than that, but I'm not going to talk about all that in the Instagram reel. But that one time could have killed me. So it doesn't matter how much muscles you have. It doesn't matter how much money you have. It doesn't matter how much social skills you have, because if you don't have compassion, you can ruin it all in one moment. You could kill your wife and go to jail. You could kill your kid and go to jail. I could have called the cops on my dad and sent him to jail that day, but I didn't know that that was something I could do. And my dad would always tell me never call the police on family issues, because he probably knew I could get him in trouble. And I didn't know I could do that at the time. If I could go back in time, I might do it, because the abuse I endured for not standing up for myself afterwards, I don't even want to talk about. It's horrific. I didn't make it to prom. I was in the hospital. I was starved and isolated, and my dad was an engineer and my mom is a nurse, and they had plenty of money to take care of me, but they wanted to do other things with it. So you got to stand up for yourself, but you have to have compassion. That's the most important thing you can have as a man, is compassion. Because with compassion, you can keep your riches safe. You can keep your family safe. I was going to upload this to Instagram, but we'll make it a YouTube video instead. So yeah, you must keep your family safe. You must keep your riches safe. And your riches could literally just be your family. You might value them more than anything. You can't keep anything safe from you if you don't have compassion. You need to keep everything safe from you, because men are some of the greatest, and so are women. Men and women are. This advice applies to women as well. Women also need compassion. Women also can hurt their children if they don't have compassion. Men and women are some of the most powerful beings on this planet. We could create heaven on earth. All the animals are amazing too, but humans, we're the most evolved species we know of. We're the apex, and we're not predators naturally. We're actually not meant to eat meat. We're meant to create the Garden of Eden. Bears are omnivores. Dogs are omnivores. One of the longest living dogs was vegan. You can look it up. I'm not making this up. So, us humans, we can create a better ecosystem. There's too many male trees in America. There's not enough female trees in America. And so what happens is, we could have food literally growing everywhere. We could have grape bushes everywhere. We could have apple trees everywhere. We could have cannabis everywhere. We could have mushrooms everywhere. We could have opium growing everywhere. Medicine, food. The problem is they made everything illegal. Opium's actually good for you. Cannabis is actually good for you. Mushrooms are actually good for you. Kratom is actually good for you. But they made it illegal so they could have a medical monopoly over everything. It's about money, not safety. There's people that are diseased that need medicine. There's studies that show any amount of untreated pain can slow down healing time. So opium can actually increase healing time for certain people in certain conditions. Cannabis can cure cancer. Cannabis is good for healthy and sick people. Opium is good for healthy and sick people. Mushrooms, psychedelics are good for healthy and sick people. They have benefits for everyone. And they made these illegal because they want control and they want power. And we could literally grow everything. We could literally create the Garden of Eden. We could literally solve world hunger. And as humans, we need compassion for everyone. We need compassion and understanding. We shouldn't be killing as many animals as we are. We're not meant to eat meat on a regular basis, if ever. You don't ever need to eat meat to survive. You can survive without eating flesh. I haven't eaten meat in forever. I don't like eating dead animals. And so, compassion and understanding of nature and working in harmony with nature, and we need to let go of our greed as humans. You don't want to be richer than everyone else. That's not right. There's some people that think that way, and they're willing to destroy all life on earth just to make an extra dollar. They'll cut down as much of the rainforest as they have to. They'll make all the good medicine illegal and kill as many people as they have to just to have a monopoly over the medical industry with their weird chemo drugs and all this weird stuff that's killing people. They'll make anything that actually works, like mushrooms or cannabis, illegal at the expense of all human life on earth, because these people have no compassion and all they can think about is getting to the bag that's not good. You don't want to be richer than everyone else. We don't even need money to function. We need a healthy amount of resources for everyone, because the better your neighbor is doing, the better you do. If every police officer was maybe paid better, fed better, they'd probably do a better job. A lot of police officers are incentivized with quotas, I've heard, which I think is somewhat illegal, but somewhat legal. It's a weird gray area. Incentivized with quotas to actually give people tickets, which there's no compassion there. That's pure evil. You're taking money away from the people. When if the police officers were just paid enough as is and quotas were outright illegal, they wouldn't feel pressure to do that, and they'd actually do a better job. Police officers should not get paid for incarcerating people. That should be flat out illegal. They shouldn't get promoted for arresting people. That should be flat out illegal. They should just get paid enough as is to keep people safe. So that way they don't feel pressured to endanger innocent people just to make an extra dollar. Like, there's so many people that are getting traffic violations that aren't supposed to because the cops don't get paid enough, so they feel the need to take money from the people. There's so many doctors that are killing people because there's so many doctors that are killing people because the doctors don't have access to what they need. The police don't have access to what they need, and they're being pressured in illegal ways. Even if you're trying to start a business on your own, like you want to create your own business, the richer your clients, the more money you can make, because the more money your clients have to actually pay you. So no matter what your goal in life is, the better everyone else around you is doing, the better your life will be. And so we want everyone to thrive, and we might not even need money for that. If we plant enough food everywhere and we could make everything a utopia if we all worked in harmony with each other. We could build shelter for everyone, we could grow food for everyone, and it would take very little work. It would take very little effort. A lot of society these days, a lot of people's energy is being drained because people are competing for resources when we're actually supposed to be working in harmony with one another to create heaven on earth. And so it's not about competing with your brother and sister to one up the next guy. It's about working in harmony with your brothers and sisters to create heaven on earth. There is no such thing as being better than someone. We're all equal in God's eyes. We all have our own unique genetics. We all have our own unique gifts. We all have our own unique way of being. And so it's not about being better than anyone. It's simply about being who you are. That's all that matters. And so if you can have compassion for yourself and compassion for others and empathy, that's more important than anything else. That's where it all begins. That's more important than muscles. Because if you get muscles through a way that's not compassionate to yourself, like you start blasting your body with steroids and you destroy your health, and you start working out even when your body really needs rest, and you start, like, what's the point? You destroyed your body just for muscles. You need to have compassion with yourself along the journey. That way, by the time you get muscles, you still have your hair. You don't want to go bald and destroy your body just trying to get muscles. You want to be compassionate with yourself along the journey. If you need rest, give yourself rest. If you need a break and you want to spend time with family, do it. What's the point in having a good body if you're not enjoying it with the people you love? You know, so give yourself compassion. It doesn't matter what you have in life. You can have all the money in the world, but if you don't take care of your health and you're in that hospital bed, all you're going to wish is that you were healthier. It doesn't matter how much money you have. So be compassionate with yourself. Don't trade your health. Don't trade your soul. Don't trade your empathy for anything. I've done it before and it's not worth it. I've achieved a lot of things in life and lost it all because I let my anger get the best of me. And if I would have had more compassion, I would have been able to maintain a lot of these blessings. I had a really good woman in my life that truly helped me in a lot of ways, and I had an angry outburst with her and I lost everything, you know? And you don't want to lose everything due to an emotional outburst. You don't want to lose your children. A lot of children leave their parents to die in a nursing home somewhere. Your kid might be doing well. They might have a nice house. They might have a nice family, but they don't want you with them because you abused them growing up. So they leave you with some old haggard nurse that hates, your nurse barely comes in to feed you food. You're in a nursing home. Your nurse hates their job. They barely come in to feed you food. Some of these nurses abuse the elderly. So you might lose your children. They might not want to talk to you one day because you abused them growing up. You might lose your family. You might lose your life. You might try to fight a cop one day and then the cop shoots you out of self-defense. You could lose everything just in one act of anger, just in one outburst. And so you need to learn emotional control and compassion and empathy and how to connect. And I'm telling you, because I've learned this from experience, the minute you develop true compassion and true empathy, the world opens up to you. The world literally opens up to you because people start to trust you because you feel safe to them. And a lot of people lose everything in their angry emotional outbursts. So if you can try to have none of those, and I'm not saying it's easy, and I'm not saying I've been perfect lately at it either, but the more you can try to have none of those, and the more you can emotionally control yourself, and the more that you can just be genuinely good to other people, the more you can just genuinely be loving towards other people, so you don't even feel the need to attack others in the first place. Because some people are literally haters. Some people need to hate comment on someone's YouTube just to feel good that day, because they need to put others down just to feel better about themselves. And the less you can be like that, and the more you can have genuine compassion and empathy for others, the better your life will be and the more things will open up to you. That's my secret that I'm sharing with you guys today. Let me know what you guys think. Comment below. Thanks for tuning in. I hope you guys enjoyed. Until next one, I'm out. Love and peace.